as if this area is in need of redevelopment. Based on that, Steve Martini, is your floor.
Okay. Steve Martini, raise your right hand for me. You swear the testimony you're going to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
And Mr. Martini, since last you appeared and qualified as an expert in the area of professional planning, have your credentials been detrimentally affected at all?
No, they have not.
Awesome. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to start with 197 Scatter Sites. Good evening, Chairman and Board. My name is Stephen Martini. I'm an associate with Nishuing Group, and I'll be presenting the Area in Need of Redevelopment investigation for the 197 Scatter Sites edition, which is 234 East 9th Street, also known as Block 824, Lot 25. Just to introduce the redevelopment study and process, City Council authorized the Planning Board to conduct this study. Resolution R29520 was adopted by City Council on October 13th of this year. And the purpose and intent of this study is to examine the study area and determine if any of the local redevelopment and housing law statutory criteria apply to the site. There are two types of area needed redevelopment studies, condemnation and non-condemnation. It's very important to note that this is one of non-condemnation, which means that the powers of eminent domain will not be involved. So our approach to the study was to investigate and evaluate each study area property, there being one for this one. A site visit was conducted on November 2nd of this year. We also researched property records, include obtaining pertinent records from city agencies, and after performing this analysis of due diligence and property evaluation, we determined if any of the LRHL statutory criteria apply. So I'm going to briefly outline the statutory criteria. Criteria A, buildings that are substandard, unsafe, unsanitary, dilapidated, opalescent, or lacking light, air, or space. Criteria B, the discontinuance, abandonment of the use of commercial, retail, shopping malls, plaza, or office parks, or manufacturing or industrial buildings for a period of 2 years. The abandonment of such buildings that fall into such disrepair that is untenable. Criteria C, publicly owned land or unapproved vacant land for a period of 10 years and not likely to be redeveloped through the instrumentality of private capital. Criteria D, areas containing building or improvements which are dilapidated, obsolete, overcrowded, or other deleterious conditions lacking ventilation, light, or sanitary facilities containing faulty arrangement or design, or any combination of these factors which are detrimental to the public health, safety, morals, or general welfare. Criteria E, underutilized properties caused by the condition of title, diverse ownership, or other conditions resulting in the stagnation of a property not utilized to its full potential and value, causing detriment to public health, safety, morals, and general welfare. Criteria F, area greater than 5 acres, which have buildings or improvements that have been destroyed by natural disaster or other casualty, resulting in material depreciation of the property. Criteria G, the property is located in an urban enterprise zone. Criteria H, the property is consistent with smart growth principles. And also section 3, which the property is included as effective redevelopment of the area, cannot take place unless the property is designated as an area in need of redevelopment, despite if its condition is not detrimental to public health, safety, or general welfare. So the study area that we have here is Block 824, Lot 25. This is along the east side of East 9th Street between Watchung Avenue to the north and 3rd Place to the south. For the property evaluation, like I said before, we conducted site visits, did a site analysis, due diligence, conditions assessment, and then from all that research determined if any LRHL criteria applied. So the lot has an area of a little over 10,000 square feet. It's in the Crescent Area Historic District. The property is currently vacant. properties to the north and south, actually, I'm going to move on to the next slide because it's going to depict it a lot better. So the properties to the north and south are also both vacant. So all three properties are vacant. And the properties to the north and south, lot 24 and 26, are in the 197 scatter site plan. Also important to note, lot 25, the study area has no improvements besides chain link fence that surrounds all three of these properties. And then there's overgrown vegetation on the property. That's pretty much it. So in determining which criteria applies, we came up with criteria E has been applied because lot 24, which is contiguous to the study area to the north, and lot 26, which is contiguous to the study area to the south, are in the 197 Skyler Sites redevelopment plan. These lots are separated by 25 right in the middle, in which both of these lots, 24 and 26, have different zoning designation than the study area. So this regulatory discontinuity impedes and disrupts land assemblage and discourages investment on the site. So to that end, the vacant site is underutilized as the regulatory conditions have caused it to lay vacant for a substantial period of time. We also felt that criteria H applied. The lot 25 is consistent with smart growth principles because the lot is located within a half mile of the Plainfield downtown train station. Additionally, it's in close proximity with several other community amenities, including the Plainfield Public Library, Evergreen Elementary School, Plainfield High School, Crescent Avenue Presbyterian Church, and other city amenities as well. So our findings and conclusion of this study, based on the LRHL criteria that I described earlier, and after the analysis and evaluation, it was determined that criteria E applies here for block 824, lot 25. Both of the lots immediately adjacent to the study area are in the scatter sites plan and therefore have different zoning regulations. This difference in zoning prevents land assemblage and redevelopment and investment from occurring on the property. And criteria H also applies because the study area is consistent with smart growth planning principles. So in conclusion, we recommend to designate block 824, lot 25 as an area in need of redevelopment, not condemnation.